excite you.
On Santa Barbara, will Lily lead Mason into temptation?
You're human?
Oh, I'm definitely human.
This week.
So, how are the preparations going for the big day?
Everything would be fine, except my wife to be's giving me a tough time.
What he's really trying to say is that he is making each and every decision, and I am trying my best and unsuccessfully to head him off at the pass.
I'm not stop that. I've made my share of sacrifices and compromises.
Name one.
Well, I can't have my memories going. I'm getting old.
Do you think you can manage to remember why you had me brought here this morning?
Mm-hmm. Ted is going to be my best man.
And I was hoping that you would give me away.
Morning, everybody.
Been gardening in the bedroom again, Mason?
I want to talk to you, Mason.
Well, if it has anything to do with redemption and blackjack, I don't think I want to hear it.
Well, that's tough. Is your friend Lily is stirring up a few problems again?
Where?
I don't see how she should be stirring up much more than her morning coffee, Brick. She's down at the guest house waiting for me.
Yeah, while our troops are threatening to picket Buzz's place because he operates the ferry to the casino.
Mason, I have begged, bellowed, and beseeched for you to button that woman's lip.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with a little peaceful protest, Papa. And aren't you the one who was so eloquently advocating freedom of speech and expression on the air the other day?
What's peaceful about throwing rocks, Mason? That's not quite the freedom of expression that I was thinking
And
about.
don't pretend that Miss Light has no control over that sign.
I can speak for myself. Now, I don't like it because my wife works there and someone might get hurt.
Okay, Brick, I'll see what I can do.
No. You'd better do something about it because if you don't, I may have to have a little talk with Miss Sweetness and Light myself.
Oh, God, I'm ugly. And I hate me.
Lily,
Yeah, good morning, Mason.
don't jump to conclusions.
What do you mean?
Seems that our little flock is on the march down at Buzz's place. I was hoping you could go down there and help me keep them in line.
I'm sorry, but, I've reserved today and tomorrow for some private contemplation. Inside.
You mean the ice pack didn't work? I was afraid of that.
I didn't think it would be so bad.
Well, I don't think the laying on of hands or a hamburger would do any good after the laying on of Gina's fists, which is why I brought you these. You see, no one will suspect. In California, even the undertakers wear their shades indoors. And these are for you, too.
Mason! Mason, they're beautiful. You're so good to me.
You're the one who made me good, remember?
Mason, I tried to look for you yesterday. I thought you might be at the Orient Express, but, you disappeared. I was a little worried about you.
You shouldn't have been. I'm a big boy.
I know. But I was thinking that, after yesterday, you might be thinking differently about me. You know, sometimes I wish you would think differently about me. But thank you. I'm gonna go get dressed. Come on.
Now we're going to lunch.
Oh, I've got a better idea.
Things are really starting to boil over at Buzz's. Seems that Lily is having a little demonstration there today, and I thought I'd make an entrance.
That's why the Hollywood look?
Let's say I'm just going to meet the press.
Well, how do you know they're going to be there? I mean, these people are old hat, old news.
An anonymous tip, okay? Somebody's got to run that little traveling tramp that account. It might as well be me.
She hasn't broken any laws.
Oh, but that's where I come in.
Buzz, I just talked to Marty over at the station. He's going to send over some backup in case there's a problem.
Why me? Why does every kook in town have to land in my place?
Did you see all those people out there before? Well, there's more of them now.
It's a mob. Wait a minute. Is that somebody famous?
Yeah, Buzz, it's rude. That's somebody Cruz and I went to high school with.
No, it isn't. It's that broad from that TV show. Boy, I've seen some pretty stupid programs, but hers takes the cake.
This is a cartoon, Buzz.
Maybe she's on unemployment. Maybe she needs a job.
This is your hometown, Buzz. Let her be.
Victoria looks great, doesn't she?
Yeah.
What did he do with it?
Here, take this. I never wanted it in the first place.
You too?
No, they're too expensive.
Now that you've lost one, so you might as well just keep this. Well, you don't seem to care very much that I'm leaving. Could you at least say something?
What's there to say? You're just doing what you have to do, right?
It wasn't you. Or maybe it was, I don't know. I just can't live with all this guilt. Cruz that day at the beach. It ruined everything we had.
So you're just gonna run away?
Yeah, I'm running away, I admit it. And I don't see you trying to stop me.
Oh, well, I tried that once before, didn't I, Tori? But like you've told me so many times, you're your own woman. I wish you luck.
Oh, they're beautiful. No, they're more than just beautiful.
They're okay?
Okay. How much do these things cost? They're the most beautiful.
Tori, what kind of question is that?
Oh, it's a very tacky question. I've just never had anything so wonderful in my whole life. You know, I would say that I don't deserve you. But I just love you so much.
Well, you know, seeing as how it was the first anniversary of the first time we were together, I wanted to do something special for you, but nothing really seems special enough. They do look good on you, though.
Yeah.
Real good.
Mother?
Hey, quiet. Stop shouting. Little Johnny's asleep. Where are your manners?
Sorry. I'm just so excited. Mother, I have some wonderful news.
Augusta's come back.
Not that wonderful, but still good. I bought back the house.
How?
Well, it took some doing.
Well, what kind of doing?
Oh, it doesn't make any difference, really. I want you to get packed, and I'm going to take you out of here today. I'll give you a hand, and we're going to move back in today. Well?
Where did you get the money?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, come on. Mother, what's the matter with you? You don't want to stay here imposing on Brick and
I
everything.
have never imposed on anyone in my life. I like it here. I belong here. I'm going to stay here.
Oh, I get it. You don't want to move back because you think Cece might get the house again, huh? Well, I can promise you that won't happen. It's all arranged, believe me.
Lionel?
Hi, Brick.
Hiya. Thought I heard you.
Listen, I'm just trying to talk this stubborn woman into going with me. I bought back the house. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. But I can't talk her into it. My mother just won't move. She refuses to budge.
Well, we love having her around.
You see, I'm not tolerated. I'm loved here.
Of course you
Mother, what will it take to get you to move back?
Show me the paperwork.
You really are a minx, aren't you?
Hello.
Hi.
I was just leaving.
It's the last time I come home for lunch.
I have a hot date with a mysterious Italian aristocrat.
Is that what happens when I turn my back?
Life is cruel.
Yeah. You know, even though we're not legal yet, you might want to wear your ring just to show him that you're spoken for.
Oh, I would, but I don't know what I did with it.
What?
I have it.
You better have it.
Speaking of jewelry,
What are you looking for?
oh, that emerald earring you were so sensitive about, I'll put it in my jewelry box in the
There's
safe
no
place.
need to look for it.
Then you put it in here?
I moved it,
Oh,
so there's no need.
well, really, I don't mind. I mean, I have
It's
it.
okay. Like I said, it's not there.
Did you give it back to Victoria?
I don't recall saying that it belonged to Victoria.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I didn't.
Well, I mean, she appears, it disappears. I just made the... Am I wrong?
Not necessarily. You see, it used to belong to her, now it doesn't. There were two. They were a gift. She lost one, she gave the other one back. I kept it.
Until now?
No, I still have it.
What are you doing carrying it around with you?
I'm cute. But did you ransack this place? Yeah, of course you did. It's valuable. I'm keeping it. I don't know why, and I don't really care to be grilled about it.
I'm not asking. I mean, who cares? I'm not neurotic. You're the one who's acting so insecure. Let's just drop it. I gotta go. What time is it if I'm not being too nosy?
Eden, I'm not carrying a torch for Tori Lane. And you make it sound like she's the great love of my life or something. In case you've forgotten, you are. You remember? Baby?
Yes. Yes.
If I don't feel like talking about her, it's only because I don't see any reason to. What's this?
Tickets for Tori's opening night. She had them messengered over. She probably thought I was vacuuming again.
What are you
I'll
making
take them
such an
back.
issue of this?
We have seats in Daddy's loge for the opening. Any more questions?
Yeah, who are you having lunch with?
My mother. And thanks for pretending to be jealous. Get a grip on that paranoia, will you?
I'm sorry about all that noise.
Oh, no problem.
More coffee?
No, thanks. Excuse me, isn't your name Amy?
I'm amazed. I'm really amazed. Victoria Lane, America's Wednesday Night Sweetheart, remembers me.
Well, of course I do. Only my character had amnesia, not me. Now, you wanted to be a writer, right?
Must have been a misprint in the yearbook. I always wanted to be a waitress.
Oh.
I have settled for a wonderful husband and a beautiful baby boy.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'll bet.
No, it's true. It really is.
Do you know who was in here before? Cruz Castillo. I almost said something. I don't know why I didn't. I remember the two used to hang out a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yes.
It was great seeing you.
You too. My husband and I are going to come and see you play when it opens.
Okay, we'll give a call, and the show's on me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, aren't you Amy Wallace?
Hey, how can you let your husband run this casino? Aren't you ashamed?
No, I'm not. Buzz?
What you and your husband do is an insult to all decent
Why
people.
don't you all just back off? And if you're not paying customers, I suggest you move your sanctimonious selves out of here.
Hey, we have a constitutional right to protest.
Not in here, you don't.
People, please. There's no need to raise your voices.
Lily?
You know how much I appreciate your support, but Mrs. Wallace is right. There's no need for you to be inside.
Her either. She should be ashamed working in this place.
You're pretty good at hurling accusations. How are you with throwing rocks through windows, I wonder?
And please, outside. Okay, we'll have our message heard, but we must do it peacefully.
You can leave now. Don't expect me to thank you.
I'm very sorry if any...
Buzz, I'm taking off
upset.
now. I'll go out the back door. And Lily, if you're really interested in making Santa Barbara a safer place to live, get rid of those people. Find yourself a better crowd.
I should go have another word with them.
What do you mean she left? Buzz, how many are there of them? Fine, just hold on tight. I'll be right there.
You wouldn't believe what is going on in this.
I know. Just talk to Buzz, and I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just fed up.
So am I. I'll be back.
You can't go down there. Those people are crazy. I don't know what they're capable of.
Look, they want me, not you, and not Buzz.
Rick, wait. This is getting to me. They know where we live, and they know where we work.
And I'll get rid of them.
You said that before. Now, I know there's a time to stand and fight. Now, I know there's a time to give in. Is keeping this job really so important to you?
No, but the freedom to do as I want and live in safety with my wife and child is important.
You can't fight principles with principles.
I will not be using principles.
Rick!
So, Lily, did you come to apply for some honest work? Maybe Buzz needs a bouncer.
No, Gina. I only do spiritual work.
Gina, Lily's just here to keep the peace, not make further trouble.
That's a laugh. You kidding me, this little Ramboette?
Oh, look, I'm not in the mood for a cat fight, so it's all the same to you. I'm gonna head on out.
Wait a minute, you're gonna miss my press conference.
I'll catch you in the morning edition.
Press conference?
I just thought I'd give the local newsboys the full story about how I'm spending my summer vacation. That includes last night. I think it'll be very good beach reading.
Mason, I think it's time we should go.
Excuse me, right here?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm Gina Capwell, and this is, Miss Lily Light. At least that's what she calls herself. Last night, she inflicted numerous bodily injuries against me. It's Gina, G-I-N-A.
Okay. Any comment on that?
I have nothing to fear from false accusations.
Oh, yeah? What do you call this?
Perhaps Mrs. Capwell bumped into a doorknob, probably while peeking through keyholes.
Why don't we see what Lily's hiding behind those glasses? I remember landing a good one on her.
Don't let her attack me.
Oh, come on. You're about as defenseless as a battleship. She hit me all around the face and the neck. I thought you were supposed to heal the sick and the lame, not beat them up.
Will the friends of C.C. Capwell never give us peace?
She called me all kinds of nasty names. She's trying to brainwash my niece. You're a ruthless person. I'm going to press charges, assault and battery, and also brainwashing a minor.
Excuse me.
Enough of this. Look, I want you to get people out of here. Get that camera out of my face.
I told you she's a violent woman.
Hi, Mama. Hi. What's this?
Well, I am posing for posterity. Gina gave your father and I an oil painting for our wedding, and I figured I might as well sit for it. What the heck?
No.
Oh, he doesn't want anyone to see it until it's finished.
Oh, excuse me.
I think it'll be just a little while.
I'll get out of your way. Morning, Mason.
Prove it.
Mason, can I ask you something?
As long as you don't yell at me, call me names, hit me, or take my picture.
It's a deal. Do you remember when we were talking the other day?
Oh, you mean when you were pumping me for dirt about Cruz's former
I
love
wasn't
life?
pumping you. I was just curious. You were here then. I wasn't.
So was Cruz. I suggest you direct your inquiries to him.
Well, you know how private he is. I don't want to stir anything up. I just want to know about this stewardess. If she came back to Santa Barbara. I was just wondering.
Not that I know of. Unless she came back to visit him after the accident.
What accident?
I knew there was a reason why I didn't tell you before.
Why, was somebody hurt?
The night the girl left town, apparently Cruz got on his motorcycle and chased her plane down the runway. Being somewhat better equipped, the plane took off. Cruz didn't. He crashed into a retaining wall, was hospitalized for quite some time. Eden Cruz was a hometown sports hero. Whatever he did made the papers. You can look it up yourself in the library if you're so inclined. And I gather you're so inclined.
She must have meant a great deal to him.
I'm a little surprised by your interest in Cruz's long extinct affairs. I didn't think emotional archaeology was your cup of tea.
We have to admit it's pretty dramatic.
Eden, you're here. She isn't. And I have a suspicion bordering on certainty that Cruz likes it that way.
I bet you think I'm checking up on you.
Anytime. But if I were you, I wouldn't let me out of your sight.
Cruz, thank you for being prompt. Sweetheart, will you, excuse us, please?
You know, Keith, I really didn't appreciate you running out on me today at Buzz's. But since you're apologizing so profusely, well, I guess I'll just have to overlook it now, won't I? Keith? What's wrong with you?
I had a funeral to go to.
Oh. I'm sorry. Why didn't you ask me to go with you? You know how much I liked your grandmother.
I went alone because I am alone. Because I have to get used to it. Because I don't have any family left.
But you still have your friends.
Yes, and my enemy is a small but select group.
You know, I'm not exactly a stranger to losses and funerals. I really am sorry. I know how much you still think about your sister.
I think about her every day.
Some losses take a lot longer to get over than others.
This was like it was yesterday. I was walking on the beach, and there was a crowd gathered around, and I worked my way through it. And there she was. She was lying in the sand.
It's terrible.
You know, its death is... You can't believe it sometimes. No matter how real it is, it's just... There she was. They pulled her out of the water. They were trying artificial respiration. But it was too late. I was too late.
It's not your fault. There's no way you could have
I
known.
could have told her to stay away from him.
From who?
Castillo. She was in love with Castillo. That's why she died.
You mean she killed herself over?
No, haven't you understood anything I've said to you?
Look, I'm sorry. I'm trying.
It was what he did that killed her.
Look, I just don't follow you. I don't see it.
The evidence isn't something that would stand up in court, but it's enough for me. I know.
Well, don't you think then maybe it would be better for everybody, especially yourself, if you dropped the whole thing?
If I wanted a homily, I'd go to Lily Light.
You know how hard it is to nail Cruz on anything in this town. I mean, he's Mr. Clean around here, and you know it.
Cataloging Inspector Castillo's weaknesses.
Such as?
His sickening love affair with the Capwells.
You mean Eden?
No, I mean all the Capwells. I mean, Cece snaps and he jumps. Maybe he's jumped too far this time. I think I can nail him for harboring a fugitive. And I think he knows where Kelly is, and I think one of the Capwells told him.
That sure doesn't sound like Cruz. And you can't prove it, can you?
Oh, I will. I'm going to be after him day and night. He's not going to do anything, but I'm going to know it. He's not going to say anything, but I'm going to hear it.
Oh, how?
No, I'm a great admirer of Alexander Graham Bell's, you know. How many times do you suppose Cruz dials the Capwell's number, and how many times does CC dial his?
So you're going to turn Cruz's phone into a party line, is that it? Well, I hope you never go against me.
Keep your mouth shut. I won't have to. You know what the beauty of this is? that Cruz is going to tighten the noose around his own neck. I just have to pull the lever. See him dangle in the wind.
But you haven't heard anything at all from Hilly since she took off.
No, I haven't. And I would like a full report of what the police are doing to find her.
There are those who would say you have other reasons for wanting that information.
Such as what, pray tell?
There are those who would say that if anybody knows where Kelly is, you do.
Oh, you two. Exactly what Timmons has been saying. You think he's found any leads where she might be?
Not that I know of. I do know that at the moment there is no ongoing international search. Would you like to request one?
Oh, far be it from me to tell the authorities how to do their jobs.
All right. You do realize, Mr. C, that he's not going to hesitate to bust anybody withholding information on her whereabouts.
Oh, well, then I'm glad I have none to withhold.
So am I, for both of our sakes.
Well, will I be seeing you at the theater tonight? Party afterward?
Looks like it, yeah.
Good. Should be an interesting evening.
I think that you should turn over the investigation.
You think maybe somebody else could do a better job of finding Kelly?
I see what you mean. How much trouble could you get in?
None at all. I don't know where she is. I don't know anybody who does, do you? So let's not talk about it. Enjoy your lunch.
Are you so mad at me?
About this morning? Not at all.
Look, I'm gonna try not to be as insensitive about these old tokens from your girlfriends, okay?
Tokens from more
I just didn't know that there were so many. I mean, there was Tori, and then this stewardess.
There weren't so many, Eden. That was Tori.
Oh,
It was before she could get an acting job.
I didn't know.
Maybe I should have told you. The thing is, I just don't think about her. Even now that she's here. I don't. Okay?
Okay. Neither will I.
I apologize if the kitchen's a little slow. They're knocking themselves out for this after the theater party tonight.
I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to a gala something or other.
Yeah, did Daddy tell you that the lady who's playing the lead in the play is an old flame of Cruz's?
Uh-huh. Victoria Lane. Small world.
Small town. Maybe I should tell her it's not big enough for the both of us.
Hey, wait a minute. You're not really worried, are you?
No, not at all. Depressed. Cruz guards her memory like the Holy Grail. I ask him a question, he's ready to throw China at me.
Well, look at it this way. Maybe there aren't a lot of pleasant associations with this.
Maybe. Maybe they're too pleasant.
Oh, Eden.
Mom, what am I supposed to think?
You're supposed to think that Cruz adores you, which he does. And the two of you have been through trial by fire to be together, which you are.
I know.
All right, honey. I'm going to give you a little motherly advice. Do not be afraid to be happy.
I think you think I'm crazy. Join the club.
No, I don't. I really don't. When you love someone as much as you love Cruz, and you felt all the pain of losing him, you're not crazy to be worried about losing him again. And I have a little confession to make to you. I feel the same way about your father every day. There's probably one moment during the day when I absolutely panic and say things are so good. And I am so happy. I'm so afraid something's going to go wrong.
I feel the same way about Cruz. Sometimes I think it's all more than anything, but I'm so happy to be loved, and I love him so much. I think it's going to last for the rest of our lives.
Doesn't that make you feel lucky?
I'm afraid to say anything out loud. I'm afraid someone's going to hear me, and they're going to say, she's got more than her fair share, and she's taking it easy, and...
They can't, and they won't. Those are just irrational fears.
Until they come true.
Oh, Eden.
I know. I know if they gave out awards for insecurity, I'd have to buy a trophy case.
Now this Bradford fellow.
Yeah, Pearl. See, he's deeded the house to Julia. Julia has deeded the house to me.
Very circuitous route.
It's perfectly airtight, believe me.
The whole house is clean. Oh, son, we're home. We're home.
We're home. It's our home. And it always will be. That's a promise.
Thank you. Well, that's that. I'm through. Through being a witch, anyway.
And how does it feel being human?
It feels horrible.
I'm terribly sorry to butt in, Miss Lane.
Oh, are you somebody's replacement for tonight?
No, it's nothing like that. Actually, I did this play when I was acting, only I took it on tour, and I've got to tell you something. By the time the tour was over, I felt like a witch.
I know exactly how you feel. I really do.
Sophia Armonti.
How do you do?
How do you do? I'm on the benefit committee for the theater party tonight. I have to admit, though, that my daughter has really done all the work, she in a restaurant.
Oh, you're Mrs. Capel, Sophia Wayne.
That's right on both accounts. Capel was my married name, and Wayne is my professional name.
Oh, I remember you. I do.
You do?
Yes.
Well, if you remember my work, it must be by watching movies late at night.
I admit, no, it wasn't that. I grew up in Santa Barbara. I always thought you were so glamorous. I saw you on the society page all the time. I feel like I'm meeting a star.
Thank you. So do I.
Well, thank you. Also, congratulations. I hear you're getting married.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to keep up. I get the hometown paper in L.A. So Eden's your daughter, right?
Yes, Eden is my daughter.
Well, now I understand where she gets her good looks.
Thank you. Again, I don't think my ego has been this coddled since I was on stage myself.
Oh, do you miss it? Please excuse me for asking. It's just that I feel when the day comes that I give this up, I'm not going to miss it at all.
Well, no, I really don't.
Yeah.
Now and then I do. Well, now tell me what you're going to do. Are you going to continue with the show?
No, actually, Santa Barbara's our last stop.
Ah, so you probably want to stay around here and visit old friends.
I think I'll go back to Hollywood.
Really? You have another job?
No, not yet. But you know, there's a guy back there that I'm sort of involved with. You know.
Oh. Yes, of course I understand. No matter how the career's going, that always takes precedence, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
And welcome home.
Thank you.
I'll see you at the party after the theater tonight.
Great. So nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Bye. I used to envy people who could cry. Oh, Auntie, it feels horrible. I don't want to be human anymore.
Thanks for lunch.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I really appreciate you finding that place. Something I needed, just something quiet and out of the way. You think there's anything else I could do with this eye?
Maybe some raw steak would help.
Do you think more ice would help?
Couldn't hurt. I'll fix it.
Maybe I should go take these clothes off. Just in case the ice drips.
Okay. You know, I hope Gina's little scene gets relegated to the back pages.
You know, Mason, a lot of what happened yesterday was my fault. I should have been checking my temper.
Yeah, I sure do hate to think of you stooping to her level.
I know I was wrong. But sometimes you just can't back away from something. Self-respect.
That's true. And that didn't stop us from hightailing it out of Buzz's, did it?
What's that?
Lily, why is it the things you get comfortable in always make me uncomfortable?
Mason, you're such a tease.
I'm what?
Well, you like to tease me.
How about some ice?
Why don't you set it on for me?
Okay. Have a seat. It's gonna be cold.
Ow.
Sorry.
Mason, you know you're right about everything. I'm ashamed of myself. I've been slipping.
How do you mean?
Been very weak. Mason, you know you're the only person I can tell these things to. My worries, my impure thoughts. Things I'm just not permitted to tell anyone else. Except you.
Well, I wish you'd talked to me before, confided in me when I had all my misgivings.
No, you were too lost. You were too weak then. I was the one who had to be strong. But you've come such a long way since then. Sometimes I think you're stronger than I am now.
Oh, I don't know. I've never managed to land a good punch on Gina.
You know what I mean. Mason, I think my thoughts are, that my faults are terribly wrong.
Oh, I don't know, Lily. I kind of have a fondness for old-fashioned, fallible humans.
You're so sweet.
Then again, I've known sweet people who turned tart. Haven't you?
I'm talking about the real you. The you inside. I'm sure that was the you that Mary fell in love with.
I don't think we should talk about her anymore.
All right. Mason. You must be the handsomest man I've ever known. I've come to rely on you. Totally.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Lily.
Hello, Eden. How are you? Miss Lane. You know, I was going to tell you thank you very much for the tickets that you sent over, but we're going to be joining my father in his box seats. So if you'd like them back, I can make sure you get them.
Great, that's very nice of you. See, we only get a limited number, so yeah. Thank you.
Oh, look, can I buy you a glass of champagne on house?
Oh, no, I never drink before a performance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Thank you anyway, but I'll have a cup of tea.
Okay. James, can we please get some tea to table 16?
Certainly, ma'am.
Thank you. Here you go. Sit down.
Thanks a lot.
Do that. Thank you. Can I join you for a moment?
Of course. Come on, sit down.
You don't seem to have any opening night jitters.
Well, maybe I'm a better actress than I thought I was. You know, I met your mother today.
You did? Mm-hmm. She didn't mention that she was going to meet you.
Well, she caught me running lines at the theater. She's a very nice lady.
Yes, she is. She was probably seeing if you lived up to all the stories.
What, have the tabloids been printing things that I haven't seen?
No, I mean about you and Cruz. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up.
What do they say?
Well, I mean, you can't blame them, really. I mean, it's all really so romantic. He's riding his motorcycle down the runway, chasing your airplane into the sunset, and then he runs into that wall. How long was he in the hospital? I'm sorry. It probably was a long time ago, and I shouldn't bring it up. You didn't know?
Miss Capwell, excuse me, but Mark would like to see you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have to get back to work. Maybe we can talk later after the party tonight.
Want the standard equipment?
That's right.
more than one phone line?
I got 2 numbers and 1 taps on both of them. I'll handle the installation. You don't need to know where. Excellent. So how's forced retirement treating you, Willie?
Well, I don't see many of my old friends. Ben, I don't really want to. Especially Castillo. I'm waiting for him to get his comeuppance.
It'll be coming up sooner than he thinks.
I know you don't want me to trust you, but I do. I've decided to take a chance. And I don't think I was wrong.
I'm glad you did. More than you know.
You see, it just helps me to deal with the pressure and the loneliness. Just to know that I'm doing good for someone. It's just so good to see you standing on your own 2 feet again. Just back in control.
Sometimes it all comes back on me, you know. All too vividly.
I know. I was there for every moment of it. I felt everything you felt.
There's still a lot I don't know. How did you find me, Lily? Where?
Well, somehow, I don't know, the lost or just led to me. I knew behind the bitterness and the beard that there was someone worth finding back there. Mason, you've done so much for my cause, for me, more than any person that I've ever known. I'm very grateful for that.
I'm imperfect too, Lily. I have thoughts I'm not proud of. But I'll never forget what you did for me. I hope I have enough kindness in me to repay you for all of yours.
Your happiness is all I want.
My God, I never knew what happened that night. About your accident. Why didn't you tell me? Couldn't you have written a letter at least? Don't you know? Don't you understand that I have been running away my whole life? Cruz, I would never, ever have left you if I'd known I mattered to you at all.